Our first book in this section is by Intel's legendary CEO, Andy Grove, High Output Management.
Grove, a management classic, especially for engineers.
It's such a practical guide to management. His core idea is that a manager's output isn't their individual work, but the combined output of their team and the neighboring organizations they influence.
And what's so insightful here is its engineering-centric, very output-oriented approach in an AI-driven world where individual developer productivity gets highly augmented.
Yeah, the potential is huge.
The manager's role really shifts. It moves away from just tracking lines of code or tasks completed towards maximizing the leverage output of a combined human AI team. Grove's concept of managerial leverage is absolutely core here. A high leverage activity is one that generates high team output from relatively low managerial input or effort.
Give me an example.
Okay, teaching your team how to write effective prompts for an AI coding assistant, that's extremely high leverage. Or teaching them how to critically review AI-generated code based on principles. Also very high leverage. His principle of task-relevant maturity, or TRM, also applies perfectly. An AI might have high TRM for generating boilerplate code, it's mature at that task. But it has very low TRM for understanding nuanced business context or doing creative, out-of-the-box problem solving. The manager needs to assign tasks accordingly.
But I hear the criticism that a book from the 1980s about hardware manufacturing is outdated or irrelevant to modern software development. How do you respond to that?
I think that's a superficial reading, frankly. While the specific examples certainly differ, he talks about making breakfast, not deploying code, the underlying principles of process, leverage, output, measurement. They are timeless.
Right.
Software development, especially when you do it at scale, is fundamentally a production process. And the AI makes this a relevant argument. It's flawed. AI tools are force multipliers. They dramatically increase the potential leverage a good manager can apply. Grove's book is the definitive guide on how to think about and apply that leverage effectively.
So how would a manager apply this day to day?
Okay, consider team one-on-one meetings. An engineer mentions they're spending hours on repetitive debugging tasks. The manager, thinking in terms of managerial leverage, might suggest, hey, why don't you spend maybe 4 hours this week researching an AI-powered debugging tool, see if it could help. They frame it as an investment. If you spend 4 hours now exploring this, you could potentially save yourself and maybe others on the team 4 hours every week going forward.
That's leverage.
Exactly. The manager sets a clear output for that task. Deliver a demo and a recommendation next week. That single action leverages the manager's time to potentially increase the whole team's productivity. You can also use AI leverage to shift left, championing the adoption of AI-powered static analysis or code review tools to catch bugs earlier in the development cycle, saving time and effort later.
For any engineer who's aspiring to management, this feels like arguably the most important book they could read.
I'd agree. It's incredibly practical.
It provides such a clear, logical framework for thinking like an effective manager. In an AI-driven industry, the ultimate value of management is in designing and optimizing the system in which the work gets done.
Precisely.
You can use these principles to systematically increase team productivity, justify investments with data, and build high-performing, motivated teams where top talent, augmented by AI, can really thrive.
That's the goal.